Hey, Michelle is back. Just relaxing, sitting around, thinking about stuff. And I'm going to talk about something pretty serious, but it's still entertainment purposes only. Still some conspiracy theories I'm throwing out. Um, I've always known that I would be a target for certain things because of a series of things I've done, which I'm extremely proud of as well. Because, like I said, I took my ego out of the way, and And as a result, I'm sure some of my family members were targeted as well. Okay, some of my family members were targeted as well. But let me just give you a bit of a history, and perhaps you might understand, you know, the rationale about what I'm about to say right now. So I just had to keep moving myself around because like I said, I know what's going on, and it doesn't make any sense to anybody right now. But that's fine. You don't need to. Nothing needs to make sense anymore because nothing does make sense. All right, I hope that makes sense. So I always knew that I was going to be a target after a series of things I did in I think it was April of 2022, and the things I was saying and stuff like that. I always knew that I would be a target. All right. And I had no idea what I was going to do with my life after I retired from a first responder. But I knew that stuff had to be said and done. And I knew it would cause problems. Okay. And I did everything to warn people. Not warn them, but just let them know, look, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. And, and a lot of people just don't want to believe stuff. They really don't. They just like to stay in their beliefs, but they don't want to believe anything else. They just want to stay in their beliefs about things and their self-righteousness as well, unfortunately. Um, so there's not a thing I can do about that, honestly. There's no way I can do and help a person if they are going to stay stuck in their beliefs and they're self-righteous. You can't help them. You cannot help those type of people. I'm sorry. But anyway, but at the same time, I got work to do. Meaning, I'm here to help people and make the best difference I can in my life. Okay, I know what my life is about. I know who I am. I know what I am, and I know what I need to do. You know, again, the situations that we're facing should have never been about the planet. The planet, the destruction and the stuff of the planet, should not have ever been a factor. Okay, it should have been a giving that we would take care of our planet. So I'm touching a lot of nerves, and I know that, but I know what happens to my life if somebody wants to take me out. I'm doing everything in my power not to let it happen, but I know that I've been a target. So, and I hope others are listening to me and understand that, if I'm a target, you'll be a target too. I am an ordinary citizen putting out conspiracy theories just like everybody else, but but I am protecting the truth. I am protecting the truth, and that's why I say you don't want to hold secrets. Holding secrets is like holding a bomb, and I know I say that literally as well. Um, so I know some of my family members may have been targeted as well. Okay, and that's unfortunate. Um, but again, let me just say something also about the name that we have. The name that we have, and I already announced it, and it's on my profile what my name is. Okay, I hadn't hide. I don't hide that. Okay, but let's be clear. That name does not belong to us, or it didn't belong to us, as a matter of fact. Okay, my relatives, as every Black American, inherited the name of their slave, you know, their slave owners. Okay, my relatives, of course, were slaves just like all other Black Americans were, and those of African descent, whether you're on the Caribbean, in Britain, or America. You were a slave all over the world, actually. Black Americans as well as Black Africans, or Africans in the country of Africa. Even people in the country of Africa are slaves. So let's stay with Black America, since this is where I am and this is where I've been for the last 58 years. Let's talk about Let's talk about America and Black Americans in Black America. Now, My relatives, as I said, were slaves too. All right, we took on this name of took on the last name that like I said, I have on my profiles. Everybody knows, you know, who I am because I also announced it at one point, made it heard. Okay, I'm not, I'm not hiding. I don't have any secrets, so I'm good. I'm protected in truth. I do protect myself, like I said, as best I can. But I'm not. I'm tired of being. I'm tired of people being so complacent. Okay, and then doing the same stuff over and over and over again. Okay, now I'm gonna say this now, and then I'll come back later. And make sure you see this shirt here. We all got to breathe sometime. We all got to breathe. All right, so the name we have. It doesn't. I mean, it was given to us, or we had to take it. When I say we, my family, my lineage, we took it because it belonged. Because we were my families belonged to these people. We were their property. Understand property and see what you understand the term property now. If they want to take it, they'll take it, whether by force or by any means necessary. All right. So we were given this name, and over the course of time, one of our female relatives, I mean, she was a rebel. She was a rebel. Um, so when people talk about replacement, all right, that name was predominantly used by white people. Now, guess who is predominantly the owners of that name? Black people. You get me? The name originally belonged to uh, white people. I'm talking in America. And now it predominantly belongs to black Americans. Okay, because the elders of that name have died since then. Okay, so you may find a handful of of um, of white people carrying this name. Carriers. You understand me? So I'm not gonna back down from what I'm doing. Um, it has to be done, and that means throwing some of these conspiracy theories back into the people's face, and let's see what their subconscious reminds them of, and then they can determine whether it's true or false, or if these are lies. So I know I've been targeted. I pay attention to my surroundings, and I wanted to make a contribution as I'm supposed to. I have no fear, but I can't beat everybody's ass. You know what I mean? But I doubt someone will come up on me one on one. As someone did try to do that a while back, try to come up on me on one, and then of course, I mean, now, but why would a white male do that? But that's what white males do when they are given a task to take care of this black woman here, to handle her and shut her up. Okay, I knew that is what it's always about. Because they're listening to what I'm saying, they know what I'm saying, and the serial killer is the one in charge of all this. He's the one orchestrating all of this. Okay, because he has unsuspecting law enforcement, or suspecting, because law enforcement is full of white supremacy, and we know that, and it's been that way for decades. There's nothing different about it. It hasn't changed. And as soon as you bring in nepotism, it just keeps it going. You understand? You understand this? You understand what I'm saying? And the same thing with the military. Come on. The military especially. Timothy McVeigh and all these other characters. And you know what? And nobody was listening to Timothy McVeigh as well, because he said something was shoved in his ass. And that's a possibility. But, he's still responsible for his behavior and his actions. Okay. So I'm tired of, it's not that I'm tired. I just don't understand the rhetoric and the rationale about, around all this hate towards people of color. So, like I said, now they're using Spanish people to do it as well. That's why Spanish people can say nigga, 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 and be all proud about saying that shit. It doesn't bother them. But they can disrespect black people like they've tried to do that shit over here with me. And I don't allow it. But I am just one person, but I can handle myself. I can handle myself. But like I said, they're using people of Spanish descent. Putting these satellites on their houses, making them targets as well. Because I told you, though, you cannot use those satellites unless you get permission from the power company. And our power company is Florida Power and Light. Just to make that clear and put it on record. All right. So, again, I also said I have no TV service per se, like cable or streaming service. Because I really don't need it. I love the internet because I like going on certain channels, because I love self-educating myself and reading. That's very, very relaxing. And so my point is, I ain't bothering no motherfucker, but people want to bother me, and I'm not going to just stand by and allow it to happen. Okay. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but I can pick up contradictions so quickly. I have to be strategic on getting my ass out of certain situations. Okay, I know what's happening. Okay, I know what's happening. So I don't know. I suspect we've been in a civil war for longer than anybody cares to probably possibly during the last administration at least. Okay, the Civil War was on. If you could train people, because that's what it is, and manipulate them and mind control them to go to a building and try to take it over. I don't know if that's not a civil war. I don't know what is. And I was shocked that certain people of European descent didn't even catch that. Didn't even catch it to know that they were being used, or white descent, whatever you classify yourself as, or even Jewish too. That you're being used. You know what I mean? You're being used, all of you. Okay, and then you get this one particular entertainer all wrapped up and having him saying stuff. That was intentional. It's a dog whistle. And everybody just, fucking with this man, that man, knowing damn well that man has mental illness. And people with mental illness are the most susceptible to manipulation because they can do it with their medication. Is anybody paying attention? Anytime you take medication, you can be manipulated. You can be controlled by that medication. And so something was allowed to cause that man to go off. And y'all know who that fucking man I'm talking about. All right? And then everybody's jumping, not realizing that there's something suspicious going on here. No, nobody, they immediately went for him. All because he's talking about them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, gosh. That's why I said we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. And a lot of you are my muse. And I say that with sincerity. Sincere gratitude. And like I said, if I say I love you, I do. I do love you. I love, like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson loved everybody as well. Yeah. He sent some, he loves everybody as well. So that is what happens when you are complacent and you just keep you keep washing and rinsing, staying on these cycles, and not recognizing that you're supposed to elevate and come out of that. So that's my intentions, and to be creative with it. What else can I do otherwise? Is be creative and counter, and not worry so much about what was the past. It is gone. It's gone. We can't change it, but we do need to stay focused so we can have a future. Okay, we can't be worried about that. It's happened. If you want a future, we need to focus on the future. And that means focusing on now. Enjoying the moments too. You have to enjoy the moments. You can't be angry all the time because it affects you. You just got to be creative and counter. Okay, so there's more than meets the eye with this. And like I said, I'm doing the best I can to keep myself safe because I can take care of me, but I can't take care of billions of people, and nobody else can as well. So people will succumb to whether it's intentional terror towards themselves or intentional weather events, intentional circumstances and events, your electronics being fucked with, we did this to ourselves, but with every failure, there is room to repair the damage. I mean, you shouldn't see failure as something to, go blow your head off about. I mean, it means you got work to do. You got work to do. Okay. And, we're overpopulated on this planet. We are overpopulated. And that makes us a target as well. Okay. Because there's too many of us. So it makes it easier for someone to strike us down. Okay. So, it was done right under our feet. The erosion. Okay. Literally, and the results speak for themselves. We were so busy worrying about and listening and worrying about who's in everybody's bedroom, and not realizing that we should have been paying attention to the planet. Where are your descendants going? The people that are doing this stuff for nefarious reasons, where are your children going to live? Did you think about that when you agreed to, do what the serial killer asked you to do? Do you care about your family at all? The KKK, do you care about your family at all? White supremacy, do you care about your family at all? Or do you just enjoy conquering and destroying people, which includes your family member at some point? Okay, like I said, the critters in America are predominantly of color now. Now, did the people of color with that name do that? No, we're not doing anything. That's the part that bothers me so much. Black Americans are not doing anything. Black Americans we actually love each other. We love being around each other. We'd rather be in these communities where they're being eroded. We'd rather be there because we want to be with each other. We want to love each other. We want to protect and have fun together because we do have fun. We bring life to communities. We bring entertainment to the world. And we're always targets, and we always will be, as far as I'm concerned, until we start recognizing who we are, what we are, and why we are. And defend the right things. Defend women of color, defend children, defend these the migrants. Their lands were stripped for a reason, just so this fabricated border crossing crisis could be introduced. Okay, the queen is dead, and the secrets will come out. The serial killer, he's still lurking in the background. And just as his head was cut off in the 1600s, he's gonna literally cut off his own motherfucking head. All right, so isn't that a great part for a movie? I hope everybody enjoyed that. I'll be back, and trust me on that. I send peace and love to everybody all over the universe.